Arcadian Vanguard presents the Wrestling News in your daily wrestling newscast for Friday, October 6, 2023. Good morning. I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin with last night's episode of Ring of Honor, streamed on Honor Club and featuring matches recorded last Saturday at the Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle. Athena made her 16th defense of the ROH World Women's title on the show, defeating Layla Hirsch. In the opening match, Satoshi Kojima made his first Ring of Honor appearance in nearly 20 years, defeating Tony Nese. In the main event, Gravity Commander and Metalik topped the Spanish Announce Project and Gringo Loco. In a four-corner survival tag team match, Shane Taylor Productions won out over the Iron Savages, the Workhorsemen, and Cole Carter and Griff Garrison. In other selected results, Billy Starks beat Trish Adora, Darius Martin defeated Lee Johnson, Kira Hogan, Sky Blue, and Willow Nightingale bested the Renegades and Lady Frost, Scorpio Sky beat Fred Rosser, and Rocky Romero went over Christopher Daniels. Impact Wrestling aired last night on Access TV with matches taped at Graceland Live in Memphis, Tennessee on September 22nd. The main event of the show saw Josh Alexander defeat Khan. After the match, Impact World Champion Alex Shelley, who was on commentary for the bout, laid Alexander out. The two will meet for the title on October 21st during the company's Bound for Glory pay-per-view. In a mixed 10-person tag, Champagne Singh, Dirty Dango, Eric Young, Jake Something, and Jordan Grace defeated Brian Myers, Bully Ray, Jody Threat, Kylan King, and Shira after Something pinned Shira with a sidewalk slam. As a result of the match, Singh, Dango, Young, Something, and Grace will now face each other on next week's show to decide who the first and the 20th entrants will be in the Call Your Shot Gauntlet match at Bound for Glory. In a fans' revenge match, Bullet Club members Ace Austin and Chris Bay defeated Jai Vidal and John Schuyler when Austin pinned Schuyler. Per the match stipulation, fans were chosen to surround the ring and were given belts and allowed to whip a competitor if they exited the ring for any reason. After making quick work of Bhupinder Gujjar, Moose was confronted by Steve Macklin, who demanded he hand over his Feast or Fired briefcase containing a shot at the Impact World title. This brought out PCO to attack both men, followed by Rhino, who gored Macklin in the entranceway. In other results, Tasha Steelz opened the show by pinning Killer Kelly with a roll-up after Deonna Purrazzo distracted Kelly, and on the Before the Impact pre-show, Savannah Evans defeated Jessica. In ratings news, last Wednesday night's AEW Dynamite featuring the first announced appearance of Adam Copeland drew a total audience of 800,000 to TBS, according to Sports TV ratings. That's a decrease of 6% from last week's audience of 855,000. In the key 18 to 49-year-old demographic, the rating was .28, which was also slightly down. The episode faced strong competition from the Marlins-Phillies Major League Baseball wildcard game, and was also mislabeled by TBS as starting at 4 p.m., which may have caused the show to lose some of its potential DVR viewers. And in injury news, Sammy Guevara's injury was revealed to be a concussion, which he sustained during a six-man tag team match last Sunday at WrestleDream, according to Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio. The concussion caused Guevara to be pulled from his scheduled match on last Wednesday's Dynamite, in which he was set to team with Konosuke Takeshita against Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega. Adam Cole looks to be out of action for an extended period after reporting on his Twitch stream that his ankle injury is worse than had initially been anticipated. Cole will reportedly need two separate surgeries to heal the injury, which he sustained during a leap from the entrance ramp to the floor during last week's Dynamite Grand Slam episode. One of the two surgeries may require a metal plate to be screwed in place. Cole described the injury as the most painful he's ever endured, and believed it would keep him away from the ring for a while, although he didn't speculate as to exactly how long. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, Just the Wrestling News. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.